What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the basement. We're here for Flores Hate Week, aka Pittsburgh Week. We got Sunday Night Football versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The boy is coming back. Tua Tagovailoa. He is out of concussion protocol that he was in for maybe for way too long, whatever you want to say. Now we got him back. QB1 is back. I'm joined by my guy, Royal, the honorary Dolphin fan until the Packers get it back on track. I'm joined by my guy Nando, my guy JMV. We're here to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Miami Dolphins are on primetime again. The last time we were on primetime was against the Bengals. Some not good things happened. But we're going to start it off with that man, Tua. I'm going to throw it to you first, Royal. I see you. Can you be QB1, please? What is your expectation for this man? Because a lot of Dolphins fans are saying right now, this man's got to come in and save the season. What's your expectation for him in just this first game coming back after the injury?
So first of all, Bubba, I gotta make sure that I put this in its proper context when it comes to Tua. I am not a Tua hater. I'm not a Tua stan. I don't fall on either side of either of those lines. When I watch the Dolphins play football, I just want to see good football. I don't expect it, but I want to see good football. And from Tua, that is my expectation. I want to see him play good football. He's been playing good football every game that he's been in so far this season. I'm not looking for him to kind of blow me away with stats, especially coming back off of an injury. I'm just expecting him to kind of mellow out this offense, get them to a point where they can be competitive, and just go out there and be solid, bro. If he's solid, then you can build on that going into the next couple of weeks.
I'm with you there for sure, Royal. I don't want to set the expectation too high that he's going to throw a bunch of touchdowns and things like that.
Real quick,
go ahead.
This is my brother. This is my blood brother, like my actual sibling out here, who knows that I can't play point guard. I can't play basketball at all. But it don't matter. I could be Ant. So that's all that matters to me.
JMV, I'm going to throw it to you. The boy Tua is back. What's your expectation for game one, primetime versus Steelers?
Just to watch the Dolphins offense actually move the ball consistently throughout four quarters. Not have any more third and longs, but instead third and manageables, convert 45 to 50% of our third downs, our red zone efficiency to actually be something because it's been asked the last 2 weeks and a half. Just all the little things, execution, having the wide receivers where they're supposed to be, control the huddle, control the offense. Just all the little things. I'm not gonna come out here and be like, I expect them to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns or whatever. Just execute our offense, and so we can stop having all these little misfires that we've had throughout the last 2.5 weeks, 2.5 games without Tua, and it's cost us.
Nando, I'm gonna throw it to you. Your expectations for Tua game one against the Steelers, who are banged up, but it's still prime time, and he even can be still considered a little bit banged up too, coming out of the protocol.
Bro, I don't know if I'm just like too optimistic, but I feel like this dude is going to come back guns blazing, man. I really do. I think, honestly, just the momentum of the stadium, Sunday Night Football, primetime football, the fans are going to get up for it. The team, like everybody gets up for it. And then we're throwing throwback uniforms at that. Tua's return. You know what Tua was able to do with this Dolphins team, leaving the team 3-0 to an undefeated season, well, on pace for it. Whether that was going to happen, probably not. But listen, he's 3-0 nonetheless, and we should have the best. Yeah, let me
absolutely fucking not.
Hey, let me have my floor. Let me have my floor, Aaron Rodgers. Listen, Tua was doing big things, man, and I really don't think that just because he missed a couple games, I don't think he's going to shy away from just taking those aggressive deep shots like he did before he went out, getting in connection with Tyreek Hill, and going against that man, Brian Flores, whether he's a defensive coordinator or he's not, he's a linebackers coach, it doesn't matter. Like, these two guys do not like each other. That is well documented. This game, as circled as it's been on Brian Flores' calendar, this has an even bigger circle on Tua's calendar. So I think Tua's going to come out, and the whole team's going to rally behind that. Like, people have Tua's back. I mean, that is well known. These guys are going to play for Tua, and I expect a beatdown Sunday.
But just Ryan Fitzpatrick actually went on I forgot who he was doing the interview with, and Ryan Fitzpatrick actually said that he didn't expect Tua and Brian Flores to have any what's up on pregame, actually. Like, no communication between those guys. He doesn't expect it.
I saw that. That was on the Rich Eisen show, I think it was.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That
And
one.
he also said that there was a lot of awkwardness in the locker room when he was there, and it only grew when he left. He obviously had that conversation with Tua before the Thursday night game in the pregame interview, and I'm sure they stayed in contact. It looks like it's an awkward situation between those two, but like you mentioned, Nando, Flores is the linebackers coach. He's not necessarily defensive coordinator, so I don't know how much he'll have say in the game plan necessarily, but I do know for sure he's definitely letting Mike Tomlin know, the defensive coordinator, know what he saw in Tua either as a prospect while he was working it with him. For sure. And Nando, you hit it on the head. We're honoring the 50th. Isn't it the 50th anniversary of the undefeated team? Like, some things are bigger than football, bro. Home, Sunday Night Football against a Steelers team that is not great right now. You're honoring the 50th anniversary team. QB1 back. Like, the energy is going to be different, which is why it's going to be so Dolphins if they lose. Royal, I'm going to throw it to you on this one. You seem to be a little bit lower on the expectations for Tua coming back and this Dolphin team as a whole. But I want to ask you about Mike McDaniel, because on Twitter, a lot of people have been discussing some of his choices going away from the run game. Obviously, his quarterback can't stay healthy. Some people are blaming him for some of the protection issues as well. I want to hear your thoughts on Mike McDaniel's start so far, because he just went from the highest of the highs when he was 3-0. People were talking about him Coach of the Year candidate. It's now people have sort of mellowed out on him, and a lot of people are starting to question some of the decisions he's made. Where do you stand on Mike McDaniel just as a whole?
I've been questionable about Mike McDaniel since the beginning of this process. And even during like the offseason, I was saying he was giving big substitute teacher vibes after that Tyreek Hill thing came out about him just being able to leave away from practice. And, you know, people weren't worried about that. People were kind of praising him for not criticizing his players or giving them pats on the back when they fuck up or whatever he was doing that the Dolphins fans really liked and I thought was stupid because he's a football coach and not a kindergarten teacher. Those things are starting to play themselves out on the field. And at times, without Tua, this entire offense has looked undisciplined. The offensive line with stupid-ass penalties, like 4 or 5 consecutive penalties while you're in scoring position to knock yourself out of field goal range. That, to me, part of it you can blame on the players, but a lot of that is indicative of the coaching that they are receiving or are not receiving. Sometimes I think that cool teacher shit, it can get you in trouble. It can bite you in the ass. And at this point, when you don't have your quarterback, that's kind of what the time where you might want to batten down the hatches, instill a little bit more discipline. But overall, I just think that's the area that he's been lacking. I don't really blame him for protection issues. Your offensive line is ass. It always has been. Like, you add Teron Armstead in there, he covers up a litany of ills for a lot of people on that line. So he masks a lot of things with his presence. But when he's not there, it looks like the same Dolphins offensive line. And I don't put that on Mike McDaniel. I do put it on him for not being able to kind of get success out of these other quarterbacks. He's lauded as an offensive genius, run game guru, whatever. Your run game still shit. Your backup quarterbacks, you can't win with them. So there is some improvement there, but you have to give him credit because when he has all of his pieces, his offense has been dynamic. It has been high-powered, and he has put up points. So when he has everything that he's expected to have, he works, but there are warts in kind of what he does, and I would like to see him kind of improve in those areas over the course of his first season as a coach.
Roy, you talked about how when he has all of his pieces, they're cooking, and that's true. My biggest issue isn't necessarily with Mike McDaniel, but you talk about how as a head coach, you got to coach all 53 guys. You got to make sure all 53 guys are ready to play and look capable. And there's a lot of Dolphins backups, offensive line, quarterback, like you mentioned, that don't look like that. And they should have known, in my opinion, Chris Greer should have known that when you sign Armstead, when you have Tua as your quarterback, and when you have some of these other guys, like you can't tell me that you expected Teron Armstead to play all 17. You can't even tell me you expected Tua to play all 17. So how are you not having these backups at a high level? Speaking of which, Greg Little and the offensive line were absolutely horrible last week. I think Greg Little received the worst PFF grade of all time. I think he received a 2 out of 100, didn't he?
1.5.
Yeah, something like that. Like, that's scale of 1 to 100, people. Like, that is next level shit, like undescribable shit that you can't. I could have done a better job. Like, I swear. Like, I don't. So anyway, Austin Jackson is hoping to come back. Teron Armstead's coming back. Jamie, I'm going to throw it to you. With the offensive line is all healthy, all 5 guys. If you were Mike McDaniel, who's the 5 you're rolling out with? Are you giving Austin Jackson the right tackle spot? I've seen some people throw out the idea of Greg Little at right tackle, Austin Jackson left guard. Where would you go with the 5 offensive linemen when they're all healthy? Because we just continuously have a shuffling board of offensive linemen.
Bro, do you know how depressing it is to say? Like, we're excited as Dolphins fans for Austin Jackson to come back into the starting offensive line, set. This is awful, bro. If everybody healthy, Teron Armstead, Connor at center, Robert Hunt at right guard, I'd probably keep Austin Jackson. Actually, no, Austin Jackson, I'll move him to left guard and leave Brandon Shell at right tackle. That'd probably be the 5. I don't think Liam Eichenberg is good. I think Robert Jones is a little inconsistent, but you can make the argument that you could put Robert Jones at left guard and leave Austin Jackson at right. But in reality, this is all dumb because they all got to go. It should just be.
Did you say you don't think Liam Eichenberg is good?
No, he's definitely not good.
Oh, I was about to say that's Jesse Davis Jr.
I don't think Robert Jones is consistent enough throughout his reps in the course of an entire game to like put him as the starting left guard. But honestly, this is all trash. They all got to go. Liam Eichenberg's got to go. I haven't seen enough from Austin Jackson for me to be like sold on him as even potentially average. Like, it's just Robert Hunt has been phenomenal. Connor Williams has had his ups and downs, mostly ups, playing a new position. Teron Armstead is elite at what he does, but this guy never practices, and he's not going to play 17 games. It is what it is. But we need 2 brand new, not 2 guards, a left guard and a right tackle, and new backups. I don't even want Liam Eichenberg as a backup, like off the team.
I don't
Not even on the practice squad.
Because Liam Eichenberg is the second worst offensive lineman in the NFL. Only behind Greg.
He's bad,
which is incredible that we have 2. We have 2. Like, listen, it takes a lot of skill to have top players at your position. I think it takes more skill to have bottom players at your position. I mean, do you know how many guys try to make the NFL each and every year? Undrafted free agents everywhere, 7 rounds of a draft, and you still manage to find a way year in, year out to have a bottom 3 offensive lineman at positions.
Did Minka actually say that?
Yeah, I would say, is this real?
No. Also, I saw somebody said TJ Watt's plan. If TJ Watt's plan was true.
That's the same person. It's the same person. Who said
I don't think TJ Watt's plan. If he was,
he's a medical marvel.
A priest or something, bro, because Tua's gonna need some prayers if TJ Watt was playing.
If TJ Watt was playing, you'd see me in Hialeah looking for whatever those witchcraft people, because I'm gonna need something to protect Tua.
Yeah. No, that would be a disaster. Nando, I'm going to throw it to you. Austin Jackson back. Teron Armstead, I think he practiced today. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know that for a fact. I just know that.
I think he actually. He was limited. Today. Like, he showed up for the first time this year.
That's the first time he's practiced in a Dolphin uniform, and he is far and away the best offensive lineman we've had since I've been born. So that's just insane to say that dudes who don't practice are the best that we've ever had. Shout out my guy Kai. Team 1915, stand proud, let's ride. A team of Russell Wilsons. Dolphins are a team of LeBrons. When they're
lying.
When they're healthy.
So I don't know if you noticed, Alex Maserati, I let you get it off because you're the host. I read donos on every stream that I'm on, bro. So if we get another one, bro, I'm going to read that dono too. No, bro.
No worries.
I'm a role player on the Dolphins side, but I read all the donos. It's instinctual. Cut me off if you want to read them over here. Don't do it on the Heat side.
All right. Nando, I'm going to throw it to you. With the offensive line, Austin Jackson's back, which, again, we're headlining this with Austin Jackson being back. Just shows how low we are on the offensive lineman standpoint. But what would you do, man? Like, I know this is an impossible question. I know that there's no right answer here necessarily, but what would you do with the offensive line to give Tua the best protection possible?
God damn, man. This is so bad. Like, we're really like excited Austin Jackson back. Like, this is,
and to make it worse, your tight end, which is supposed to help, can't block. And okay, so
I'm a role player on the Dolphins side, bro. That's why I have to be nice to Alex. On the Heat side, I'm Braun. Like, there ain't no I do what I want. But before we go ahead, I'm gonna get the Kachin Chisel. Thank you, Kachin Chisel, for the $199. I don't know. He's gonna read 19 and 15 there. Bitch, you giving yourself money right now, and you telling me what to do. Go ahead, Nando.
Shout out to Kai though. Listen, I will go left tackle Armstead, of course. And left guard, I actually would go Robert Jones. I mean, I don't think he's the best, but that's just what I would do. I don't mind Connor. I was concerned about Connor in the preseason, but I think he's been doing all right at center. Robert Hunt, I really like. I'll keep him at right guard, and then Austin Jackson at right tackle. But the only guys that I like and I'm comfortable with is Hunt and Armstead. Like JMV said, everybody else can get the hell out of here. And it's a shame about Liam Eichenberg because you traded up to get this fucking guy. And here we are. But at the end of the day, like, we're down bad if we're over here, like, talking about this right now and Austin Jackson being bad. And that's a shame. I just hope Tua stays healthy. He's going to need these guys to protect him, but God damn. I can't say that. I can't say
Can we revisit the Liam might be playing the wrong position argument? Like,
who said that?
He is. He's playing the position of football.
He's playing the wrong sport.
Yeah. It's just bad everywhere. Anywhere you put him.
Damn it, my AirPods went out again, so I can't hear y'all, but I know y'all talking. Hold on.
Hey.
But no, last year, I'm just gonna talk because I want to. Like last year, we were talking about how Liam was a tackle in college, a right tackle, and not a guard, and they were trying him out at guard. So I don't know. I attribute some of that to him not getting many reps at right tackle. Because I think at times last year he looked better at right tackle than he did at all this year. He's like complete shit from top to bottom this year as a guard, and I thought he had a little bit more success at right tackle. But then again, like, I'm just a role player, bro. My opinion don't mean nothing. I'm just making sure I get it.
I don't trust his short ass arms playing tackle, protecting my quarterback's blind side.
Hey, Tua's gonna go off regardless of who the hell is starting at in the line.
I can't hear shit.
That's all that matters. I see a nice question on the chat about a 7-point spread being a lot of points.
Here we go. So, as the resident basement gambling expert, absolutely the hell
this shit
not.
need to come with subtitles. I can't hear a fucking thing, bro.
Do you guys actually think the Miami?
Y'all can still fucking hear me. My bad. I'm gonna leave and come back.
Fucking Royal.
Yo, I was trying the whole time. The 7-point spread. Do you actually think the Miami Dolphins are going to blow out a team on primetime? Are you a fan of this team? That will never happen. We might win, but it's definitely going to be close. There's no way we blow out a team on primetime. We usually get blown out.
So you're not laying the 7, Alex?
Oh my God, I'm not laying the 7 on the money. I couldn't tell you. There is no circumstance in this world you should ever say, "Oh yeah, the Dolphins are winning comfortably by a touchdown today." It doesn't exist. I don't care who we have, bro. We are the Miami Dolphins. Like, this is not a joke. But speaking of property franchises, I want to get this shouting with the Jets. By the way, Jets fans, you're 4-2, and your nice young receiver that you said was better than Jalen Waddle just asked out because that quarterback was that bad. That bad. That's some team that label a top 10 Jets team. This dude wants out. So what comes up must come down. Nice win on the other day, but right now you're back down to the bottom.
I desperately wanted to throw a jab in there and be like, but y'all fucking lost to them. And then we turned right a fuck ass around the next week and lost to them, bro. So like it's like
tough. Hey, Royal, don't worry. What comes up, what comes down, the Jets will be right back to where they usually are by the end of the year. They're on a nice little hot streak right now, playing the defense, running the ball. I think we did that last year. Did it lead to any playoffs? No. Nope. So, I don't know. Hopefully. But, hey, Royal, y'all might be getting Elijah Moore. Low-key, I think.
First of all, Albert Welch Jr., that's the wrong there.
The Jets are not better than the Dolphins. I think the Packers are actually going to get Claypool.
Yeah.
At least I would like for Claypool to go there.
That would be
Claypool, Elijah Moore. There's a lot of dudes on the trade market right now, including Christian McCaffrey, who's been rumored to go to the Dolphins.
Move.
Yes.
Move.
That was beautiful, Alex.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I don't know if they caught what you did there. I see you, my boy.
According to Vegas odds, the Miami Dolphins have the second highest odds of trading for the superstar running back who does have injury problems, but that seems to be a theme on our team. The only team that has a higher chance of getting Christian McCaffrey, according to the Vegas odds, are the Buffalo Bills. That would be a terrible thing to see happen. I'll keep it a buck with y'all. Nando, I'll start with you first. What would you like to see would you like to see a trade for Christian McCaffrey? If so, what would you give up? Or are you just staying away because you think he might be damaged goods?
Honestly, if the Bills are in the running, I'm trying to get Christian McCaffrey. And I know it's such a Dolphins thing to say because of his injury history. And with our luck, we're going to trade for a guy and he's going to get injured. But if he's going to go to Buffalo and the type of a player that he is when he's healthy, I mean, it's crazy. Like you could, and he's a young player too. Like you could, how are we going to catch the Buffalo Bills if they add McCaffrey to that mix that they already have? Like that's how I'm looking at it. So if the Bills are honestly like right there, if I'm Chris Greer, I'm not letting him go to a division rival. Like, I'm getting like more desperate to get Christian McCaffrey. Now, if he's not going to the Bills, I don't mind pivoting away from that because of the injury history. But if you do add a player like that, somebody that could run and catch out of the backfield with Mike McDaniel, which that's his specialty, being a run game specialist, if he's able to have a guy like that, I mean, this could only open up the offense even more with Tyreek Hill and Jaden Waddle as is. So it's exciting stuff. Now, if you tell me Christian McCaffrey is going to be healthy, I'm 100% down no matter what. Like, the only thing that concerns me is giving up a lot of pieces for a guy who has shown not to stay healthy. But like I said, if the Bills are there, I'm pulling the trigger. What will it take? That's the thing. I don't know. Maybe that's when I draw the line. If you throw me out there, what we have to give up. But I don't know, quite frankly. I don't think, Gesicki gets it done. Like, I don't know. But that's my take on CMC.
Yeah, you bring up an interesting point with the division rival factor. The Dolphins were just put in a similar position here, obviously at a way bigger scale. Obviously, Tyreek Hill was down to the Jets and the Dolphins. You wonder if that pushed Chris Greer to maybe send that extra pick, give Tyreek that extra $5 million, just because if you don't get him, you got to play him twice a year. I think I speak for everybody that says we do not want to see Christian McCaffrey in a Buffalo Bill uniform. That would be an absolute nightmare. Dan V, I'm going to throw it to you. Would you be interested in Christian McCaffrey? What's your line? What would you give up? Or do you think this guy's cooked? He can't play anymore. He's too hurt.
I wouldn't say he's cooked and can't play anymore. Christian McCaffrey's been playing well this year. And he is the type of running back that suits Mike McDaniel's offense to a fucking T. Like, it's just perfection. You put Christian McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill in the same offense, and then you got Jalen Waddle and whoever wants to play wide receiver 3. It don't matter at this point. But it's perfect for Mike McDaniel. And as Nando says, I wouldn't want him to go to Buffalo. And if Christian McCaffrey is a win now move, if you're going in for CMC, bro, just go all in. I want Shaq Thompson too. I want Deontay Jackson. Go all in. You can have my entire draft next year. 1st round pick, 2nd round pick. I don't think we have a 3rd. And I think we have a 4th and a 5th. Have it all. And I don't think they're going to part with anybody in the offensive line. But we need a middle linebacker, or I think Shaq is outside. Whatever it is, all of our linebackers suck ass, and we need cornerback help because Byron Jones is a dumbass and got the surgery mad late, and we're hurting in our secondary. Nick Needham is out for the year. That's confirmed, right? It's the entire year.
Yep.
Yeah, he's out for the year. He was put on injured reserve with a torn Achilles. JMV, thank you so much for bringing up Byron Jones, because I almost forgot my every time we stream, I have to mention. Shout out Byron Jones, captain, leader of the Miami Dolphins, wore that C on the chest last year for getting surgery 8 weeks before training camp. That's what leaders do. Thank you for setting the example for the rest of the injury reserve Miami Dolphins. Royal, I'm going to throw it to you.
Oh, he gone.
No, absolutely not. That's Alex doing that. I was like, bro, he fucking with me now.
Royal, are you trading for Christian McCaffrey if you're Chris Greer, or are you staying away?
Sure. I mean, for a couple of reasons. One, he wouldn't have dropped that touchdown that Chase Edmonds dropped in the end zone and fucking tanked your season. So I 100% agree that
tanked the season.
You heard me. But yeah, y'all would be damn near playoff locks right now if he didn't drop that ball. But yeah, like he's absolutely a talent upgrade. I didn't even think about the point that Nando made about competing with a team that's in your division, so give it more incentive. I guess I got a question more so for you guys, and I know the answer that I'm going to get back, but I want you to think about it. Like, would you guys consider trading X to get that kind of upgrade on your offense? Because you need it. Like, your cornerback room is already shit. And so, like, having one cornerback ain't going to help you. When the rest of your secondary busted, your defense is leaking any goddamn way. But if you're going to lean into your offense, you might as well lean into your offense.
Carolina,
what it takes to get them. You ain't going to get them with just picks.
Yeah, I think you'll get them with just picks. They're tanking. They want all the picks they can get. They're not going to care for X. And on top, like when we talk about how much he's going to be worth, that depends on what Carolina's going to pay from his contract. This man has a huge contract. Like, if Carolina's going to pay a massive part of that contract, then yeah, they're going to get a 1st-round pick, and maybe they're going to get an extra 3rd or 2nd, depending on how hot the race, gets for Christian McCaffrey and who are the teams involved. But if Carolina's like, no, fuck, you got to pay the contract, they're not going to get a 1st-round pick for Christian McCaffrey. I will go to the grave saying they will not get a 1st-round pick unless they pay that contract. At least 70% of that.
So here's kind of my follow-up to that, though. Like, it's not really a follow-up, but it's an alternative because Nando kind of got me thinking about like other options. Like, if you don't end up getting in on Christian McCaffrey, is Kareem Hunt somebody that you look at much cheaper, like a supreme talent at the position? Like, is Kareem Hunt somebody that you would consider like on par? Like, how would that move rank against the Christian McCaffrey move?
There's also Cam Akers as well. He's requested.
He's
I don't think necessarily requested a trade. I don't know. I'm not ready to give up on him. He's shown moments, but
no. Like, I used to cover Florida State's football team. I've watched him. Yeah, I've
Okay.
stood on the sideline as he was playing football at a college university, and it was like, nah. So that's kind of what I see. But like, how would you rank a Kareem Hunt move as opposed to a Christian McCaffrey move?
That depends. Is CMC going to Buffalo? And then we get Kareem Hunt? Because this is the problem. I don't want Buffalo getting anybody.
I like that, though. Let's play out that scenario. If Buffalo does eventually beat you out for Christian McCaffrey and they get him, like, is Kareem Hunt like a move that you would want to pivot to in order to just kind of keep pace in terms of the running back room?
You would have to, I would say. Nando, what do you think? I think you would have to.
I would absolutely do that. Like, I love Kareem Hunt as well, and like I said, you get him. I mean, like Royal said, you get him for cheaper too. He's a lot of what Christian McCaffrey can do. Obviously, not at the level that he does it at, but he can catch out of the backfield as well, and he can run really well. Like, you've seen what he's been able to do with Nick Chubb. There's a lot of times where you're like, damn, Kareem Hunt could get more touches, but Nick Chubb is just so damn good. Like, Kareem Hunt is that dude, and listen, that in any role that he plays. Remember when he was in Kansas City, he was tearing it up over there. On the Browns as a backup, filling, catching, whatever you ask this man to do, like, this man can flat out ball. So I absolutely would definitely pivot like right away to Kareem Hunt. If we're in the running for CMC and then we get beat out, there goes to show you we want somebody like that. So I think a fallback option is Kareem Hunt for sure. I would go all in on that.
I like a shout for Kareem Hunt, especially I know the chat was talking about a 4th-round pick. If he can be had for a 4th-round pick, like, stuff like that should be done. Like, this is my problem with Chris Grier sometimes, bro. Like, I respect the fact that Chris Grier has made good moves, has hit on some draft picks, obviously got Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead here, but this man takes so long to admit when a mistake has been made. Like, you can tell. Cedric Wilson, it was a mistake. It's fine. You signed him before you knew you were trading for Tyreek Hill. Go call a team and flip him for a tackle right now. Even if it's their backup tackle, bring another body in here, because right now that man's playing.
You're that convinced Cedric is a bust?
River Craycraft went from practice squad to way more snaps than him.
But you don't take into account that he had rib injuries and just didn't get healthy till last week.
And then Craycraft played over him last week.
Oh, like, yeah, but Cedric played.
We're 6 weeks in. This dude doesn't play. We're at the trading.
I want to see him with Tua. I want to see him on the field with Tua because Cedric looked good in preseason.
No, I believe it. Like, if he was getting the snaps, I would agree with you, but I don't even think he's going to get the snaps on Sunday. Chase Edmonds, maybe it's too early to call it, but if you can get a running back like Kareem Hunt, Christian McCaffrey, you do it. Like, it's just, you have to admit when a mistake has been made. Like,
I'm glad you kind of circle back around to that because I did want to get to this a little bit. Like, if you had to choose like Hunt for a 4th or Christian McCaffrey for 2 first, like, you're looking at it, CMC is higher end talent for sure. But Hunt is the cheaper price. Which one of those 2 deals are you making, JMV?
Hunt for a 4th every single time.
Yeah.
We have too many holes on this offense for me to throw 2 first-round picks to anybody for any player. Like, unless it's a 23-year-old elite offensive lineman, which is one of our holes. But for Christian McCaffrey, I'm not doing that. There's no way. I'm taking Hunt 4th-round pick every single time.
Is that like the unanimous consensus around the panel?
Not for me, but I do see where JMV is coming from because for the reasons that you said, way too many holes in this team to give up 2 firsts. But I don't know, 2 firsts for CMC that don't seem too bad, man. Honestly, like
it
for
feels light, right?
Yeah, like I would take it, man. I don't know if I'm just superstar hungry or what, but I don't think that's too bad, man.
And again, the idea of having Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, what are you going to do as an opposing defense? You cannot stack the box. You cannot play man coverage. You can't let them go deep. Like, you're just in an impossible position. But again, the issue comes with the injuries. So a ton as well.
That's my biggest concern. Now I got to deal with Tua, Teron Armstead. Now I got to deal with Christian McCaffrey too.
Yep. Yeah. So you create a super team and like, okay, so then like, you don't like the way people talk about Tua now. You add Christian McCaffrey to this roster, that conversation is going to get so much harder to have because then you legitimately run out of excuses. Like he's already low on excuses now because they gave him a weapon like Tyreek Hill, who has been awesome, by the way, this season. Like they gave him Tyreek Hill, so it limited the excuses that you give him now. You give him Christian McCaffrey, and people are going to be onto his ass for every mistake that he makes.
Because he's got an all-star team. I mean, you're looking at 2 top 5 receivers in the NFL. Yes, Jalen Waddle's top 5. Go look at the stats. We got 3 different quarterbacks. He's 5th in receiving yards. Like it's just what it is. You add Christian McCaffrey to that. I mean, the excuses would no longer exist. But not only does Christian McCaffrey have a ton of money with that contract, not only does he have
Jeremy, bro.
He's like the third guy. He's like the third guy that has called me Baker Mayfield. I might have to just chop it all off.
Yeah.
Boy,
I never saw that shit, bro. You trash at quarterback.
Bro, what? At 5 Reasons, when I was with you on a stream at 5 Reasons, they called me Baker Mayfield too. That was the first time I've ever been called that.
Hey, bro, this is the first time I've seen it, but Baker Mayfield is elite work out here, bro. I'm sorry, Alex, bro. Go ahead.
You're good. I was just saying, not only does Christian McCaffrey have a ton of money, not only does he have a ton of talent, but he's got a ton of injuries, which probably means he's got a ton of insurance. And that's why I'm going to talk to y'all about a primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network, Simple Health Advisors. Insurance does not need to be complicated. Email them or give them a call today and tell them that the Basement sent you. Email our guy, James Poe, at simplehealthadvisors.com or call the phone number 321-345-7738. One more time, 321-345-7738. Royal, you brought up Tyreek Hill and how good he's been this year.
Oh my God, that transition was so elite.
Excellent work.
Oh my God. Okay, what you were saying, Alex? My bad, bro.
I was saying, what else is elite is Tyreek Hill. This man is on pace to break the National Football League single-season receiving record that Megatron has had since I think I was 10 years old. If you would have told me, and this is my one little rant, and then I'll throw it all around to you, and we can all talk about how great Tyreek Hill is. If you would have told me that Jalen Waddle was going to be on pace for 1,500 yards this year, I would have told you Tyreek Hill was probably having the worst season of his career just because of target share. And you're telling me that this man is on pace to break the record? I don't care what Steve Smith says. I don't care what these Jets fans say. This man is the best wide receiver in the National Football League. He's probably the best skill position player that the Miami Dolphins have ever had. And it's just a glory to watch this man play football each and every year. Quickly around the horn, let's all get our Tyreek Hill in. That kind of sounded weird. Roy, I'll throw it to you. How good has Tyreek Hill been this year? And do you think he will break the record? Let's just call it there.
Yeah, no. So he's been absolutely phenomenal. Like I don't agree that he's the best wide receiver in football. That still belongs to Devontae Adams. He has Derek Carr throwing on the ball, bro. It's atrocious. It's nasty out there. You see what? Huh?
Skylar Thompson and Teddy Bridgewater exist. They play on our team.
No, sure. I get that. But it also when Tua was in there, he literally was looking for nobody else for like a whole game except for Tyreek Hill. So look, I don't want to take anything away from Tyreek. He's been phenomenal this year on his own. My worry is that he won't break the record because they're going to break him before that happens. If you can't find a way to diversify these targets, as opposed to just like kind of force feeding the ball to Tyreek at times, teams are going to be able to key in on him, and I don't see like a positive outcome from that. He's tough as shit. Like he's not injury prone. Like that's a grown ass man out there on the football field. So I want to make sure that I make that clear. But every man has a breaking point, and if you targeting him fucking 15, 20 times a game, like it's not going to end well. So I don't see him getting it, but I do see him getting damn close because he has been awesome. He's been unguardable this year. Another reason why I don't think he's going to get it is because I do see the Dolphins offense kind of getting better as the season goes on. And as it gets better, more people get involved. I've seen Gesicki show up. And so that's a big plus for the Dolphins. If Gesicki shows up, that means less target for Tyreek, less targets for Waddle, but more productive offense for the Dolphins. So yeah, just to kind of wrap that up. But yeah, he ain't getting that record. He's not the best, but he's been really good this season.
Roy, you bring up a good point that this man, he is tough as hell, and he's getting catches right now in the middle of the field. Like he's getting these on curl routes. He is attacking the middle of the field. Yes, he's still going up and down the sideline, but specifically since Tua has been out, I have seen Tyreek Hill get the ball a lot, make a couple guys miss, and then get thrown down to the ground pretty hard. We saw him take a big hit kind of over the middle. I know he was mic'd up for, and he pretty much said the dude was too little. But, hey, I respect it, but you just never want to see your superstar taking those types of hits. JMB, I'm going to throw it to you. Do you think Tyreek Hill is going to break this record, or do you think maybe he'll just break like the Dolphins record, for example?
I'm gonna be real. I really don't give a fuck if he breaks the record in 17 games because Calvin Johnson did it in 16, and that's just where I stand with this. He's got the whole extra game to work with. I want to see the Dolphins make the playoffs, and I want to see us win a playoff game, very minimum for the first time in my life and all of our lives, including anybody watching this. So I really don't care if he breaks the record, but he's been phenomenal. This guy has been the best thing I've ever seen in a Dolphins uniform in my life. Like, you grab all the top talents that the Dolphins have had since I started watching football in 2007. Who are you going to put with Tyreek Hill? I'm looking at Royal.
Oh, you said you started watching in 2007?
I started. Is that the year we went 1-15? 07? Or is it 06?
Yeah, that was 06.
No, I think it wasn't 06. I think it was 2007.
Okay, well, that's when I started.
Okay, so I was around for Ricky Williams.
He's the only.
I saw Ricky, but like
you didn't see Ricky's first when he got to the Dolphins. So like
I saw Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams.
Ronnie Brown not even in this discussion, but
yeah,
I don't want to like take this over because I want to let you finish it off. But yeah, I think Tyreek is definitely top 3 or 4. In recent years, he's probably number 1, but people like Ricky Williams also exist. People like Jason Taylor, people like Zach Thomas, they were phenomenal in Dolphins uniforms.
Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas were phenomenal. But
yeah, so like those are guys. But you talk about skill positions, I only put Ricky Williams in that conversation.
Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas would have a different like they did it for multiple years. We've only seen Tyreek Hill do this for 6 games. So when you're talking about from a consistency level, this is completely different. Yeah. But Tyreek Hill is like, you grab all of our top playmakers throughout since 07, Reggie Bush, Jarvis Landry. I don't care. You mix all these motherfuckers into one and they're still not Tyreek Hill. Like, that's how good he's been this year. So it's been phenomenal to watch. It's been a joy to watch. It just has sucked the way the season has progressed because he's had to go through 3 different quarterbacks. This man damn near had to catch a football from Cedric Wilson because because we lost our quarterback, then the other one left, and Teddy had to come back in, and backup was Cedric Wilson. So this has been atrocious. At times, our offense looks like a high school offense, but Tyreek Hill is still balling. Like, it's a joy to watch. And hopefully it gets better throughout the season.
He really is the best. I want to start talking now. We're 37 minutes into this. Let's start talking about the Steelers. Yep. They are playing their rookie quarterback, Kenny Pickett. He is appearing to play today because, of course, the concussion protocol only applies to the Miami Dolphins. Nando, I'm going to start with you. This Dolphins defense I thought they had a nice showing last week against the Vikings. I was expecting a blowout. I thought they stood tall despite some of the injuries. Obviously, we expect the offense to be better with Tua in, but for this defense taking on Kenny Pickett, a rookie quarterback, how can they make it uncomfortable? Are you expecting him to struggle? Are you expecting him to maybe do some decent things against us? Because we have struggled in the past with some mobile-type quarterbacks, and he's not maybe Lamar Jackson, but he is considered dual threat and can rush. So, Nando, I'll throw it to you. Do you think this defense dominates the rookie quarterback like they should, or do you think they struggle?
I think they struggle a little bit. I just think that's just the way things go for us. Whenever it's a matchup that we should make a quarterback struggle and a young quarterback at that, they find other ways to somewhat do their thing. I don't think he's going to go off, but I think he's going to have a little bit of success. I don't like what we've been giving up to the passing game. Like, I really don't. Like, we give up a lot of yards on offense to pass catchers, and I think that's what Kenny Pickett is going to do. But what I would like to see this Dolphins defense do is just get after the quarterback. Like, I want to see us apply pressure to this young quarterback, make him struggle out there, make him throw a pick, and I think that comes with bringing pressure to the quarterback. Now, we saw Jalen Phillips get a sack now. It's about damn time he got a fucking sack. So now he's got 1. Agba still got 1. Listen, 2 sacks only for those 2. That's got to pick up. And we're applying pressure a lot.
Agba's got a sack?
Yeah, he's got 1.
A fake sack.
I was asleep. I must have been asleep because I haven't seen this man get near the quarterback all year.
And that's a shame because we talked about it in the last stream. I mean, he had 9 the year before, last year and the year before. Like, that's not a good start for him. And yes, we're getting to the quarterback a lot, but we're not getting these sacks. We're not being able to stick these quarterbacks and just bring them down to the floor. I want to see that happen for the Miami Dolphins defense. I think if that goes down and we pressure this young quarterback, that offensive line in Pittsburgh ain't that good. Like, they're almost as bad as ours. I think ours is worse, but still, get to the quarterback. Let this guy, feel some pressure. You know what I mean? And that's it. Najee Harris, I'm a little bit concerned about him. I'm a big fan of his. I know a lot of people aren't too high on him, but I think the dude is a freaking stud. Dude is strong as hell. Like you see in the stiff arms that he's been putting on people.
He's slow as a bitch.
You see, a lot of people don't like Najee, man. I think Najee nice,
He's
though.
slow as fuck, bro.
But Najee against Landon Roberts, though, he'll look like Christian McCaffrey healthy. Against Jerome Baker, though, sideline to sideline, thanks for coming out. Najee Harris is going to look like the Flash, bro, on Sunday Night Football against our linebacking core, bro.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, man. But listen, what I want to see is us get to the quarterback, apply some pressure, and make that young quarterback struggle. Like, let's get some sacks, rack them up. Emmanuel Ogbah, get involved, and that's what I would like to see.
Nando, I appreciate you bringing up Emmanuel Ogbah and some of these other dudes who are paying a lot of money and not contributing. That's why I just want to say one more time. I say it every time. I can't believe I almost forgot my two staples saying Byron Jones is my whole little rant on him, and it's also still fuck Jason Sanders. Make a kick, bro. Make a kick, bro. Can I go full screen? How do I go full screen on myself?
So when you look, I'm going to teach him how to use StreamYard on stream. So when you look in your box on the bottom, you see the square on the left with like it's click that.
That one?
No.
Nope.
It's on your picture, like on the bottom.
Oh, I see. Here we go. All right. Hey, Sanders, I'm talking to you because obviously you're watching it. Make one fucking kick, bro. Make one. Not two, not three. I'm not asking you to hit a 55-yard game winner, bro. I'm trying to be reasonable with you, bro. Just make one from 50 yards. Don't care if it's at halftime, first quarter, third quarter. Just show me that you can do it again, bro, because this is getting criminal. I'm considering contacting the IRS. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. How at the most, there's no position in the NFL that has more, guys getting cut, brought in than kickers, but yet you have maintained your job for so many years, bro. My voice has dropped since you started kicking for this team. And I cannot remember one fucking kick that actually mattered that you made, bro. I'm begging you. It's prime time. It's football. You know it's the Dolphins. You know it's going to be close. You know it's coming down to that kick right before halftime. You know it's coming down to that kick in the fourth quarter. Just one fucking time, bro. And I promise I'll stop slandering you. Just one fucking time. Sorry, I had to get that off. How do I take myself out? There we go. Just had to get that off. That's my one-on-one conversation that I have with Jason Sanders every week because this dude is so fucking garbage. Royal, I'm going to throw it to you, getting back to my original question. Do you think Kenny Pickett's going to cook us because that would be the classic Dolphin thing to do? Or do you think this defense is going to step up, get some pressure on the quarterback like they did against Minnesota?
I don't think either is going to happen. I don't think Kenny Pickett is going to cook y'all because he's Kenny Pickett. I don't like him either. Like I'm not a fan. And Nando said that the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line isn't that good. I got news for y'all. The Dolphins defensive line ain't that goddamn good. The reason that Jalen Phillips and Emmanuel Ogbah ain't getting sacks is because they're not good at getting sacks. That is not like I had hope for Jalen Phillips too, but that's kind of the conclusion that I've drawn after watching him this year. Pressure may be his thing. Getting almost sacks may be what his career is defined by. Like getting close enough to smell the quarterback's cologne may be where his limit is because he's there. He just ain't there. And Ogbah just became a pass rusher when he got to the Dolphins. So I don't know why it surprises people that he can't really rush the passer. So I don't know, bro. Like I don't think y'all gonna get home, but I don't think Kenny Pickett tears y'all up either. Like I think that's just gonna be an average day from the quarterback, and y'all gonna have an average day on defense. It's the big matchup for me is on the other side of the ball. It's Tua versus Flo. Like that is my matchup going into this game. Your defense, their offense, that's going to be a fucking wash.
By the way, you were talking about the offensive line and how it's not good. Just one more time. I think we should hold a training session for the Dolphins offensive linemen on what a stunt is. They still don't know what it is. Did y'all see that last game? Liam Eichenberg comes back and there's nobody in his face, and this dude freaks the fuck out. He doesn't know what to do. Then the linebacker comes through and he's like, oh, right after you. Right after you.
Bro, I'll create the PowerPoint slides for this.
Seriously, we got to go step by step. Like, I'm going to start looking up high school football coaching tape, bro, of what the fuck a stunt is, because he doesn't know what it is. And if you don't think Brian Flores knows that, bro, and isn't telling these linebackers, just wait like 0.2 seconds, bro. And I promise you, it's going to be a yellow brick road to the quarterback, bro. Just fucking go right down to the land of Oz, bro.
Just look around even a little bit.
Cam Hayward is going to be like, what the fuck is this? Dude who plays guard is my number one matchup as a center, and next to him is a turntable. And Tua is scared because he has 2 concussions in 6 days. I mean, Jesus, I thought it was Halloween, not fucking Thanksgiving. We are like, bro, we got to get Deuce to step up. I'm telling you, if we got to, I think the Dolphins should have no shame, and I think they should bring an extra offensive lineman and have him stand next to Tua. I'm being dead ass. Like
put Robert Hunt at running back.
Just have him stand there and be like, come on, let's go. And just fight him off, Jon Snow. Like, fucking no, can't happen. No, we can't. Because this man can't get touched. Because it's clear. If Tua goes down, the season's over. Like, it's just – and, again, Liam Eichenberg is a different type of bad. Sorry, I meant to go to you, JMB, but I was just ranting there for a second. JMB, is Kenny Pickett going to cook us on national television, or are we going to have some pride and play some defense?
Now, Royal took every word out of my mouth, bro. This is just the battle of mids. Like Kenny Pickett is in the point of his career where Tua was his second and third game of his his third and fourth game of his career. When a lot of pressure's coming at you, people are constantly sending blitz. All Kenny Pickett is going to do is check down. This man has a check down every single time, and this is all he does is here you go. The entire game. If you watch the game against the Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers were creating pressure with 3, honestly, that's not going to happen with us. We might have to send 6. But Kenny Pickett is just constantly checking down. All right, this guy's not looking at the deep shot. Claypool's constantly, his head is so far up his ass. I don't know what's wrong with Claypool. Deontay Johnson's a problem, but X got that. And then what else do they got? Oh, Pickens. Pickens is nasty. Pickens is the real deal.
No offense to X. I got the signed jersey right over there. X doesn't have me right now, bro. Not with the groin injury.
No. Listen, I saw X.
Live, bro. I saw T. Higgins with a concussion.
Listen,
this man.
He was playing on injured groins. Okay.
He still is.
I saw him lock up Justin Jefferson multiple times last week, so I think he's back.
Until like the 65-yard bomb.
Yeah. I think he might be back. Let's see.
He might be. This is so Dolphin.
He might be back. We'll find out on Sunday. That's another question that's going to get answered this Sunday.
Y'all definitely need Byron Jones to come back.
Facts.
Byron Jones, captain, leader. We could really use a guy like that who puts the team first. Plays hurt. We can't talk about Byron Jones, bro. He hasn't even opened the 3-week practicing window. He hasn't even done it yet.
Yeah, how about Noah? Noah on Pickens this week.
Noah
on prime time.
Bro, I was going to say we're going to win. Y'all are talking. I'm getting talked out.
Noah Igbenogany is going to be. Is that dude? It's going to be cornerback too?
Nah, he's probably going to be on Claypool. He's probably going to be on Claypool.
Hey, Claypool might be on the trade market. Claypool's about to boost that trade value, bro. Green Bay might have to add an extra third.
Hey, Noah is playing, bro. Noah's playing.
Noah Igbenogany, by the way, is him batting down that pass that he was thrown to him. Hit the ball off.
The one he should have intercepted.
By the way, that's like Noah's highlight of his career. If X did that, I'm screaming at the screen. I'm screaming at the television. How the fuck did you not catch it?
But bro, he batted into another Dolphin. Like, here you go. You can have this.
Yeah, you know what? No, now that we talking about it, bro, I just forgot that y'all gonna have Noah and Brandon Jones on the field at the same time.
I want to change my take.
Oh, we usually do.
I want to change my take.
400 yards.
Royal, don't worry. We got the linebacking core of Jerome Baker, Landon Roberts, and somebody else.
Yeah, we're fine.
We
don't worry. Y'all, we have one of the best pass rushers in the league, Jalen Phillips, who is now looking like Hurricane version of Deion Jordan. Almost getting a sack. Oh, hey, y'all remember Deion Jordan's flashes? Oh, he was just a step away from that sack. You can't give up on him. Look at the effort. Look at the heart. Bro, I am sick of effort and heart. Win the fucking game. Get a fucking sack. Like, come on, bro. Like, how many times were you like, hey, man, it was so close. If you just, you went, if you zigged instead of zagged, bro, we don't even fucking know what we're doing. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Like, this is the Miami Dolphins, and this is how it is, bro. We got a bunch of almosts, and it's painful. But, hey.
Y'all got a bunch of almost on defense. I want to make sure that we make that clear. Y'all got a bunch of almost on defense.
Oh, yeah, sorry, on defense. I should have clarified.
Y'all absolutely hit on a couple on offense. So y'all got a couple of.
No, sorry. I was let me clarify. That was straight up on the defense. The offense has been good when Tua plays.
This man said the Miami Hurricanes did.
Y'all remember it? We were all talking ourselves into it, bro. He was the Dolphins version of Justice Winslow, bro. We were like, I don't know. He's built like LT. I don't know, bro. That spin move was not. Remember Charles Harris? How many times did we watch that spin move from the dude, bro? We were like,
Charles Harris actually left the Dolphins and got 7.5 sacks in Detroit.
Oh, of course, because that's just so Dolphins. But, bro, I think we're setting a record for all-time bank robberies on this team. Chris Grier did have some great signings. Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead. I mean, it's just so hard to identify those guys as good players. Real diamonds in the rough there. Excellent general manager work. It is so hard to identify Tyreek Hill as a good wide receiver.
Two all-pros.
Nobody else thought he was good. Let's talk about the diamonds in the rough. Cedric Wilson gets paid to not play. Mike Gesicki gets paid to not play until it's the red zone.
Or blocked.
He had one good block the other day that, everyone was like, oh, look, there's hope. Trade this dude right now.
Melvin Ingram has been solid.
Melvin Ingram has been solid, 100%. Diamond in the rough. He's only a former Pro Bowler and played for a defending world champion. Really hard to identify on tape. Impossible, in fact, to identify on tape. We got
a real nasty Chris Grier agenda over here, bro.
Bro, because everyone's like, oh, my God, you traded for Tyreek Hill. You're a god. Dude, 31 other GMs were like, let me do it. I'll do the same thing. You think we were Tehran's only fucking meeting, bro?
I want to kind of explore this a little bit. And Nando, I heard you talking 20 minutes.
Bro, I'm enjoying this.
So Nando, I want to know, where are you on the Chris Grier conversation? Do you give him credit for bringing the guys home? Or are you like Alex, where it's like so easy a caveman could do it?
Nah, man. I give Chris Grier credit, but I need to see the season play out at the end of the day because I don't know what Cedric Wilson is going to be. I want to see him with Tua, just like JMV said earlier. I actually have hope for Cedric Wilson. I think he's a phenomenal player. When we signed him, I was freaking excited because I think he's very underrated. I like the things he can do. I saw him pop off against, who was it? I think it was the 49ers last year when he was in Dallas. That game stands out to me, and I want to see him with Tua when he's healthy. So that I'm still, that's when I'll know. If he becomes a bust, then it's like, okay, what did you do? You just signed Armstead, Hill, Ingram. The drafts have been, listen, besides linemen, I think Chris Grier's been okay with the drafts. I like Chris Grier, but let me see if we fuck this season up, and then I'll revisit that afterwards.
Just real quick, if y'all have ever played Madden, right? When you're the GM, your brain goes, oh, I'm going to go trade for Tyreek Hill and sign Teron Armstead.
No questions.
I'm just like, oh, I'd like Tyreek Hill. If he's available, I'm gonna probably make that trade. My problem with Cedric Wilson, besides the fact that he doesn't play, is that Craycraft beat him out. I thought Craycraft was a rookie. I did research, bro. He's been on the 49ers practice squad forever. He wasn't good enough to make their team, but he just beat out Cedric Wilson. You know where I love Cedric Wilson? Back in Dallas for a backup left tackle. 100%. Pack him up. Pack him up. Really, if Dallas is like, this is just a backup left tackle that we took a flyer on, perfect. Let's swap. Let's match salaries. Let's get that done because this dude is quarterback 4. That's what it is. He's going to be 4. They bring it up every time on the broadcast. I hear him more on the broadcast about how he would be emergency quarterback than I do him either A, catching the ball, or B, just running a fucking route.
The boy gave him big Will Fuller vibes.
Oh, Will Fuller was different, bro. Will Fuller was different.
That's a ski mask Hall of Famer there, bro.
Bro, Will Fuller was under the belief that Deshaun Watson was a Dolphin and was like, I'm going to go play with my homeboy, and then it just didn't happen. And he was like, yeah, I fucked up.
I'm not going to play here.
I'm just not. And then he did, and then he had a gruesome finger injury, bro. Bro, this man cannot catch a break.
Not to bring it up, but he broke something all right. That boy Jacoby Brissett threw the ball right into the ground on the play. They broke out.
Jacoby Brissett, yeah, dude.
Will Fuller's highlight was that
not to just pile on the Dolphins.
Passing interference against
that pass interference that wasn't called. That was his highlight of the Dolphins.
Literally, that ball that he almost caught. It's just we are literally the franchise of almost. Speaking of almost, maybe we will almost win this game on Sunday. We've reached 55 minutes. I'm going to go around the horn here. Score predictions. I'm going to go with you first. Score predictions for Sunday. Dolphins, Steelers, Sunday Night Football. 50th anniversary. Tua back. All this stuff we've been talking about. What's your score prediction?
Yeah, I kind of let y'all go the whole show, and I know I caught your little flow slander at the beginning of the show. I just didn't want to say nothing until now because I didn't want to call you racist until the last 5 minutes. Flo will not be disrespected while I'm on this panel. He is gonna blow two ass out. I think they're gonna let Flo be the head coach for this game, and he gonna scheme two ass out the game.
What?
No, wait.
I predict that the Pittsburgh Steelers are gonna win this game 17-10. Like,
this man did a whole 360 on me.
Middle of the street.
Bro, it's been 2 weeks.
Middle of the street. Fuck that. We going against Brian Flores. Hey, listen, I'm pro Flo. Have been the whole time. Like when it came to Tua versus Flo, I was on Team Flo. Like he black. That's all I got for you, bro. I'm sorry, I can't do nothing with that. But yeah, I'm still gonna pick the Steelers. Like legitimately, I'm picking them because of the Flores connection to the Dolphins. Like he knows this team, which means he knows his wards better than any of us. I believe he helps another legendary coach in Mike Tomlin kind of expose those warts. And I think they get it done. I don't expect it to be a high scoring game. Since Flo's specialty is defense, I expect that to be where his impact is felt most. I believe they limit the Dolphins offensively, and they pull out a dub. They find ways to score points, and they pull out a dub, 17-10.
JMV, I'll throw it to you. Score prediction?
Listen, every time Tua comes back from an injury, heading back to college, this man absolutely balls. I promise you, go search it up. Every time he comes back from an injury, this man balls out. Every single time. It is what it is. I don't know why, but I expect the Dolphins to score a lot. I expect Kenny Pickett not to have a terrible game. And Pittsburgh has my favorite coach of all time on their side. So I respect the fuck out of Mike Tomlin. I don't think Pittsburgh is – huh?
I said Brian Flores.
Fuck Brian Flores. But Mike Tomlin – Mike Tomlin's my guy. I love Mike Tomlin. I expect Pittsburgh to keep it close in the first half, but I think the Dolphins take them in the second. I think it's like 34-21.
Nando, score prediction?
34.
Damn,
34. I think Tua's coming out guns blazing, man.
I like that. I really do. I'm going with 24-10 Dolphins win. I think Tua comes out and balls the hell out. I think he produces 3 touchdowns. I think the Steelers kind of make it interesting throughout that first quarter. But I do like the Dolphins just winning by a lot, 24-14. I'm laying the 7, Alex. I know you didn't want to lay the 7. I quite frankly am. I just love it, man. I love this spot for the Dolphins. Sunday Night Football. Tua's coming back. Throwback jerseys. Everything. I love everything about this. I'm feeling great. 24-10 Miami.
I'm with you on the win. I'm not with you on the points because it's prime time. I think it'll be a little bit closer, and I do think the Steelers defense is legit. Like they find ways to stay in games. They just beat Tampa Bay. Like they're a real team. I think there's some Dolphins fans kind of underrating them a little bit. I think Kenny Pickett's terrible, so I do think we're going to win. My final score prediction is like probably 21-17, something like that. Could be a lot more, but Jason Sanders is definitely going to miss like 2 or 3 kicks, so it's just not going to happen. So, bro,
am I the only one that thinks Kenny Pickett could be like a decent mid quarterback?
You talking like down the road or like right now?
No, not right now. He's not ready to play football, and they're just throwing him in there.
Yeah, you probably are the only one. I think that bitch gonna be trash. I
love it when we stay down the line with these 5th-year quarterbacks who are like damn near pushing 26, and we're like down the line. Could he be something? I'm like, oh, so when he's 32, will he finally have a breakout season?
Big Brandon Wheaton vibes.
Ryan Tannehill. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, dude, was like pushing 25. We were like, oh, just a few more years, bro.
I hated Ryan Tannehill so much.
Ryan Tannehill had a wife and 3 children as a rookie.
Yeah, bro. That's like, it's when you're pushing 25, 26, you come into this league and you're either you got it or you don't. He did not have it. The only guy that's worked out for.
Kenny's actually 25. I thought Kenny was. How old is Kenny? Hold on.
He actually might. I know he did all 4 years at Pitt. So